Here's another example having to do with raises, cost of living adjustment, and merit increase, but it's a little trickier, so pay attention. So we've got Nirmal Kumar, who is a senior manager for Timber Eye Industries in California. After his annual performance review, he received a merit raise and a cost of living adjustment, and then it tells us his annual salary after the increase was $87,609.50. So what was his salary before the two increases took effect? Okay, so this is a little different than the last example I went over. What are we solving for this time? Well, we're actually solving for his old salary, right, or his present salary before the raise takes effect. We're still going to use the new salary equation, right, because we still are dealing with all of the same terms. So let me write this out. So new salary equals present salary plus cost of living adjustment plus our merit increase. Okay, so this is still a relevant equation because new salary, present salary, cost of living, and merit were all mentioned. Now, remember, to find our cost of living adjustment, we have to take the cost of living adjustment percent and we multiply it by the present salary. To find merit increase, to find the dollar amount, we take the merit increase percent and multiply that by the present salary. So we have all of our equations. Let's plug in what we know and see where that gets us, keeping in mind that our eventual goal is to solve for present salary. Okay, so we're keeping our eye on this term. So plugging in what we know that the new salary is $87,609.50. I don't know the present salary, and rather than writing out again, I'm just going to put a P. So there's my present salary. So P plus COLA. What is my cost of living adjustment? Well, I do know my cost of living adjustment percent, right? So what I'm doing here is, rather than just rewriting COLA, I'm going to replace it with this piece because they're equivalent and I'm allowed to do that. So cost of living adjustment percent is 2.2%. I have to write it as a decimal. So 0.022 is my cost of living adjustment percent, and it gets multiplied by my present salary. Again, I don't know my present salary. I'm going to write a P. Next, I need to figure out my merit increase. Okay, it's the last piece of my new salary equation. Now again, instead of writing out merit increase, I'm going to write in the phrase that is equivalent. Again, they're equivalent and I'm allowed to do that. So my merit increase percent is 7.25%, so I write 0.0725, and I get to multiply that by present salary, P. So notice what we've done here. We've used these two more minor equations to substitute back into our new salary equation, and we've plugged in all of the information that we know. So $87,609.50 is equal to present salary plus 0.022 times present salary, right? So this piece comes from the cost of living adjustment, plus 0.0725 times P, which is our merit increase. Notice that this is now all in one equation, and there's only one variable, so it makes it way easier to solve. So let's simplify here. So I've got $87,609.50 is equal to P plus 0.022P plus 0.0725P. Okay. Common mistake is to add these three things together and end up with 0.0945P. This is wrong. What happened here? Well, the mistake was that I neglected this guy and I just added 0.022 to 0.0725. And when I added 0.022 to 0.0725, I got 0.0945P. So that took care of these two, but completely left off this one. Remember, variables, when they're written alone, do have an imaginary 1 on the front. So this is actually 1.0945p. If you're still confused by that, think about maybe a similar example. For example, if I had 1/3 x plus 1/3 x plus x, this would not equal 2/3 x, right? That's not right. You would know that 1/3 x plus 1/3 x plus 1x is equal to 1 2/3 x, right? You would know that you need to add that 1. But I think we're not used to seeing it in decimal form, and we're not used to using p as a variable, so it's an easy mistake to make. So always remember to include this p, and if it helps, just write the 1 in front of the variable. So now we've simplified down to here, and all that's left is dividing both sides of the equation by 1.0945. And that will give us our present salary P of $80,045.23. So again, we started the equation by realizing that we're solving for our present salary. We grabbed the relevant equations, plugged in everything we knew. We were able to solve or set up a one variable equation and solve from there to get present salary.